Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the man behind the counter, Duncan, and today we're going to talk about another 90s action classic. This one isn't talked about as much as some other 90s action movies, but I think it's absolutely great. It is The Specialist from 1994 to star Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone. It's directed by Luis Llosa, who went on to direct another cult 90s movie, Anaconda. This one also stars James Woods, Rod Steiger, and Eric Roberts. And this movie has a pretty simple plot, but there's some complex characters, and they all kind of have different motivations that are explained pretty well throughout the movie. Now here, Stallone plays a bomb specialist named Ray Quick, and he's initially partnered with a guy named Ned Trent, played by James Woods, and James Woods is absolutely awesome in this. And they have a falling out that is explained in the beginning of the movie, and so they fast forward to many years later, and now Ray Quick is kind of living off the grid in Miami, but he's kind of lured out to do a job to hit the local mob because a beautiful woman played by Sharon Stone wants to take out the main members of the mob who killed her parents, and the character's name is May Monroe, and she gets on a bulletin over the internet to try to get him to come out and take care of them. And they talk a little bit, and he's hesitant, but he's also intrigued. So she eventually draws him out to take care of this because he is an absolute specialist at this. Like, he can put bombs and like attach it to a door, and when you open it, it explodes and just takes out them. Like, he is very good at his work here. And she's like, you're the only one that can pull this off. So she tries to lure him out, but her motivations aren't all what they seem. She's true, but she's maybe not telling the entire truth. And Ned Trent is bent on revenge against Ray Quick from their falling out, and now he works for the local mob that is headed by Rod Steiger's character and his son Tomeo, played by Eric Roberts. So he works for them now, but he has different motivations. He's trying to get Ray Quick out. So there's different factions all trying to do something, and they're kind of playing each other a little bit. So there's a lot of distrust for good reason. Now, the thing that makes this a little bit different feel, when I was, watching it, I'm like, why does the score sound like a James Bond movie? It sounds very James Bond-like, and it was done by John Barry, who did a lot of James Bond movies, so that explains that. But this still has a lot of the 90s action things, the more practical effects, big explosions, and the one thing that really makes it 90s is there's this thing where Ray Quick's playing. He recorded the conversation he had with May Monroe, and while he's working out, he's listening to him, and it does kind of this montage of him working out and doing different stretches and stuff, which was really 90s, and also shows Sharon Stone, looking absolutely beautiful. It's done over a montage and like some music, so I'm like, that's really 90s there. But this movie, people that watched it, liked it, and it did okay box office wise, but it's not as talked about like some other things like Face Off and stuff like that. But I think it's an absolute blast. I love the Miami setting and the different factions and what they're up to, and they're not being completely truthful, and it all really works really well. And so I think if you like 90s action movies, stuff like this, I think you'll really enjoy this one. Also, if you like older movies, ones that have kind of fallen off the radar, things like The Specialist, give Video Mania 2 a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So, this movie is the bare bones DVD. I'd love to see a 4K one day. I hope it gets it. Do you think it should get it? Would you buy the 4K if it came out on 4K? Let me know any of that in the comments. What did you think of The Specialist? Stuff like that. And I appreciate your time, and I'll see you next time.